One serious thing that I wanted to talk about tonight was Mahmoud Khalil. He's an Algerian who's here in the United States legally. He has a green card. He's married. His wife is 8 months pregnant. And he was a student leader for pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia University. He was essentially abducted Saturday evening in the presence of his wife, and they threatened to take her too by either ICE or DHS agents, and they informed him that the State Department had revoked his green card. Several things here. I'll just use the term arrested. I mean, he was taken. I don't know if there was a warrant involved, but they just took him. And the reason that they took him was because of his speech, because he had protested in support of Palestinian civilians inside the Gaza Strip. There's no evidence that he is linked in any way, shape, or form to any designated terrorist organization. He was a college student here in the United States, legally. And he has been disappeared by the United States government. They're not saying where he is. They're not saying if he's been charged with anything or what he has been charged with, if anything. He led student protests against the Israeli government, against Benjamin Netanyahu, against the Israeli military and what they were doing inside the Gaza Strip. He led protests in support of Palestinian civilians inside the Gaza Strip. And that is why our government has abducted and disappeared him. You know, this administration, along with Elon Musk, who claim to be free speech absolutists, unless you say something against the Israeli government or the Israeli military, or unless you say something in support of Palestinian civilians. He was here legally on a green card. He was not here on a visa. And if he legally got a green card, he's been here for quite some time. And he's married. He's got a family. And our government doing that to a green card holder over speech, very, very short leap until our government starts doing that to citizens who were born here in the United States and disappearing them. And they won't say where he is, where he's being held, if he's been charged, what he's been charged with. We don't know if they had a warrant. They just fucking took him. Which, frankly, is the kind of shit you expect to see from the Israeli government or the Israeli military when they're dealing with Palestinian civilians. And it's like we've seen so many things that are just dumb and stupid and absurd and ridiculous and harmful, but so many things that we can just point at and laugh. This is not one of those things. Because this is this far from them just abducting U.S. citizens who were born in the United States from their homes and disappearing them somewhere because that citizen said something that this administration doesn't like. And that is terrifying. That is terrifying. Meanwhile, this administration is also going after multiple law firms who represent people that this administration doesn't like. So how easy do you think it's going to be to get legal representation if you find yourself in this kind of a position? when all these law firms know that if they represent you, Donald Trump is going to come after their bottom line. This is the part of the equation that's fucking terrifying. This is the actual fascism that is here now. Yeah, this is the sobering, not funny part. The extremely, actually dangerous part.